everybody, it's Michael here. Thank you so much for coming onto my page. Y'all already know what it is. If you are new and subscribing, this is part 2 to the video that we've done at Song Association on Amaka's YouTube channel. So if you're new to my page, thank you so much for coming over. You can like, subscribe, hit that like button, hit that notification button so you can know. We're going to get right into it. The Song Association part 2.
Yes, and if you want to watch part 1, the link will be in the description below so you can see it, get the whole full picture, subscribe, and all of those good stuff. Yeah. I'm going to explain the game. So I'm going to say a word, and then he has 10 seconds to think of a song that goes with the word, okay? And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Word is win.
Win? We win through Jesus Christ.
Is that another song?
Ruth Dente. We win. Shout out Ruth Dente.
Shout out to you too. So the next word is joyful.
Joyful? I can think it was the one from Sister Act. Joyful. I don't know what it is. Joyful.
What is worship?
What is worship? Worship is living a lifestyle that has been called out from the darkness into the marvelous light. Simply meaning that a lot of people equate worship to coming to a church, lifting your hands when slow music comes on. But that is not worship. Worship is almost the opposite. It's what you do when you leave the four walls of a building or a church and you live a lifestyle that is conducive to the character of Jesus Christ and exemplify that all men might see and know that Jesus is a Savior. Are you displaying the characteristics? Are you displaying the fruits of the Spirit? How are you being as an individual, as somebody that claims and says they are a believer or a Christian? So you have to be this type of person at all times, and God will test you. If you say, you're praying for fruits of the Spirit, this is an aspect of worship. God will test you and test your spirit. This is demonstrating worship, demonstrating how strong you are as a worshiper, as a believer. So when you pray for patience, God's gonna test your patience. So if something happens, don't be like, God, why are you testing my patience? You ask God to give you more patience, so it has to be tested. Yeah. So that is worship. Living a life that is called out. You're not doing everything that your friends are doing, not doing everything that everybody else is doing. You're living a called out life, a life that is set apart for Christ.
Yeah, called forth ministry.
Called forth. I am a called forth youth.
Hey.
I am a called forth youth.
Next word is called.
You have called me, and I will answer.
Did you just make that up?
Lead me, Lord, I will go. It's a chorus.
Of what?
Lead me, Lord. Chorus. I will follow. Come on, y'all know it. Call me, and I will answer. Oh, lead me, Lord, I will go. They too young. They don't know these songs.
Yeah, these songs are bringing out of the caves. Okay, the next word is blessed.
Blessed? We're blessed in the city. We're blessed in the fields. You know this one?
Yep.
We're blessed when we come and when we go. We cast down every stronghold, sickness and poverty must cease. For the devil is defeated. We are blessed. Now everybody sing blessed. Blessed. Y'all come to Spark Music Vocal Academy?
So this goes to the next question. Do you have mentors, and what is the best advice a mentor has given to you, especially in ministry?
I have had mentors. Currently in this season, I don't have a mentor, but it's something I've been praying to God about, because you don't want to force into any type of mentorships or things that have not been called or ordained by God. Because a lot of times we look to people and say, yeah, I really like that person, but that's not the person that may be assigned to you or God is assigned to you. So I have had some really good mentors in the past where I've been coming up and so forth, and they gave me really good advice into how I should not even conduct myself, but how to really study the word, how to grow, and how to nurture myself as a man of God, to be an example. A lot of times we see people where they don't really, how do I wear this without being rude? They don't really
Say
on
it.
stage you're one person, but when you're in your community, your school, your job, you're a completely different person. So it's kind of like you know, in Batman there's that guy Two-Face, Joker, he had like two faces. You're kind of like two different people, and you suffer with identity crisis, right? So people can't tell who you are. On stage you're one person. Like when you get a microphone, it's like you get power. But when you're outside with your friends, you become a chameleon and adapt to them, to adapt to what's happening. So you're always called to change. It doesn't matter if you have a mic, a platform, or whatever circle you're in, you're called to make a difference. It doesn't matter if there's 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, 100,000 people. You have been given that. So you have to be a good steward over that time. So that's one thing that my mentors have taught me. It doesn't matter what you're doing, always steward well the opportunity that you're given, because God will use the small and then bless you with the large. He won't give you the big unless you steward the small.
Come on.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to encourage you guys. If you guys have mentors, always understand that you have to start small. Small beginnings always produce and bring you to a place. You better escalate.
But there's something you said, and I know you kind of talked about mentorship, but I think a lot of people, as you said before, some people look at their lives and be like, oh, Michael to mentor me, or Michael to mentor me because she has a YouTube channel, Michael's a musician. But like, how, as like a young person, do I choose my mentor?
So this is something I actually struggle with as well. I always had, like, you know, these people that you look up to, like, yeah, I want to sing like them. I want to preach the word like them. I like the way they break down the word. And sometimes we look so far. For me, I would always look to like the States, or look to these prominent ministers and prominent people. And sometimes God has called us to people in our local church to mentor us, people who actually can sit down and do life with us each and every day. And it's very important that we as believers understand and see that there's people around us who are able to mentor us, and people who are able to correct us. And a lot of times people suffer with, you know, picking a proper mentor because they don't like to be corrected. And correction is big with mentoring, because you can always have somebody saying, you know, you should try this. You have to be able to have tough skin but a soft heart, so you're able to receive that correction. So if you're picking a mentor, I would encourage you to pray and look within your general vicinity first. And if God doesn't call you to that, then I would just continue to pray, because God will assign somebody to you if you are called to that aspect. And I believe everybody has that aspect.
I've never heard that of try to look into your local community first, because, you know, there's like and I'm not against anybody who has like mentors online or like on Instagram or whatever, but I think there's so many people who are like mentorship online, mentorship this, pastor this, blah blah, but like there are people who do not see you when you're like doing stuff you shouldn't be doing, or singing the way you should be singing. No, maybe your mentor in your local church can even follow you to a place where you're singing, and they'll be like, yo, this is good, that was this, you should improve on that. For me, my mentor, who I have only one mentor, who I call my mentor, is the chaplain of my high school, and he was literally in my local like environment. Like literally I went to high school and I prayed about it, and I was like, and this man sees the days when it's crazy, and he's seen me grow up into who I am today, right? So it's easier for him to correct me. Like literally immediately I walk through his door, he's like, oh, what happened to you today? Are you annoyed? I'm always like, yo, how do you know like what's on my mind, you know? So like pick someone, start looking, you know, through your local church or whatever, because then you can actually get some things out that shouldn't be there, right? Accountability and stuff.
Facts. Can I say one more thing?
Yes.
Sorry. The last thing I want to say, even with mentorship, the reason why I even said with the local community is because it's sometimes hard for somebody to correct you when they don't have a relationship with you. So if I go to a Amaka and I say, I have no clue who Amaka is, say for instance, she messaged me on Instagram, like, be my mentor, and I'm like, yo, XYZ, you'd be like, who are you talking to like that? You get what I'm saying? There's not that built relationship where I can say certain things or speak certain things into her life. But if there's somebody who has seen me like grow up, right, and I trust what they say, then relationship causes that rebuke or that correction to sit more in your spirit because of that relationship, right? So I want to encourage you guys for that. Don't always look to, you know, again, I'm not discrediting people who are online, because there's wonderful mentors, there's wonderful people around the world who are called to global mentorship. But look in your local community first, because sometimes people can't pull up on you in a car, say for instance you're supposed to be, or say for instance you're somewhere you're not supposed to be, and you call your mentor and they get you out of that situation. They can be sometimes that escape route that you need, right? So don't forsake local people. Don't forsake your local, even your youth leaders, youth pastor, your pastors, your elders. That's what they're there for. So I want to encourage you that.
And yeah, thanks Michael for doing this.
No problem, Amaka, for having me. Thank you guys.
I'm hyped.
too.
This was really good.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys had fun watching Song Association Part 2 with Amaka. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself. So please don't forget, again, as we said in the beginning, to subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Share it to a friend, your family, uncle, your auntie, everybody, your grandma, anybody that's watching this, share it to them. We want you to have them here and on Amaka's page too. So you're making sure you like all of us because we got good stuff.
Yes.
And as well, we want you to have this merch, and no fear merch. We want to inspire you guys going through this season to have no fear, because God is not giving you a spirit of fear, but a power and of love and of a sound mind.
Yes.
So we got hats, we got shirts, we got t-shirts, we got everything you need. So hit me up. We can share you the Google Doc where you can order your merch and be plugged in with us. She's shady.
Okay.
Y'all looked at me like, this ain't a song.
I'm like, so good. Stop laughing.
I'm sorry.
That
I looked at him, I was like,
We've been recording for an hour?
And now it's 2:30.
Nah, fam.